You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, it's time for our weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about a Nate baby shocker, Phyllis being assaulted, and Kyle getting tricked. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got predictions for Elena and Nate, for Sharon and Phyllis, for Summer, Nick, and Phyllis, for Billy and Lily, and for Kyle, Diane, and Jack. Our very first prediction, I'm excited to tell you about it. It's about Elena coming back, maybe with a baby. But if you haven't followed us, please click that subscribe button. So it has been a year since we last saw Dr. Elena Dawson. It was November 2023 when she was last around. And, you know, we knew she was coming back because Brytni Sarpy posted in early October. She was back on set filming. And I was wondering what plot they were bringing her back for. I really like her. I liked her when she was on General Hospital. You know, they just kind of stopped writing for her. And so they basically wrote her out. And Elena's, you know, at the time, her boyfriend Nate was bedding Victoria. And then Audra Charles made sure Elena found out so she could confront and dump him. And that was in May 2023. I'm just giving you the timeline for this. And then she was gone from like June 20th through August 25th, gone for a couple of months, back in October, and then like one episode in November. So this is a photo I want to show you from the 13,000th episode. And if you look, Elena is there by Nate, and Nate is holding a little kid, less than a year old. 6 months, 9 months, couldn't guess. And it looks like that might be Elena and Nate's baby. And that could be why she is back. So just for the timeline, if Elena got pregnant right before she busted Nate with Victoria, at the time she left, she would have been about 27 weeks along. And for a first pregnancy, you don't usually show. Most people don't usually show until later. I didn't show with my first one till, I was like 6 months. I went to not showing to like having no lap in like 2 weeks. So that baby, if she got pregnant right before they split, would be about 9 months old now. The kid looks to me a little younger than that, but it's kind of hard to see because you can't see his torso. And it's a soap, so they don't really worry about real time. But I cannot imagine they would have a baby in the cast photo being held by Nate unless the kid was part of the cast. But because this is not a confirmed spoiler and it's unverified, I have it in predictions instead of spoilers. I just want to address one thing. So this photo has been floating around for a couple of days, and there's some tabloid sites that have been making up just some clickbait junk for quite a while, and now they've tied this photo to it and this idea that Sally and Adam's baby is alive, and even worse, they've suggested that Elena stole the baby. I'm sorry, that baby is dead. It was horrible, tragic, sad, great drama, good acting, but Elena's a nice person. She's not a baby stealer. So if she came back with a baby, it is not Sally and Adam's, it is hers. All right, our second prediction. Phyllis tricked Sharon into creating evidence against herself. A couple of times already, Phyllis has told Sharon she's got evidence to prove she killed Heather and framed Daniel. Monday the 11th, Phyllis is back at it at Crimson Lights. She tells Sharon she did a sloppy job cleaning up after herself and planting evidence when she killed Heather that night. Phyllis also says that everybody saw her freaking out at the memorial. She looks bad, and she goads Sharon on Monday and said the cops are going to haul her off to prison. And Cricket at the same time is telling Daniel she's starting to believe Phyllis is onto something with this Sharon murder theory. Hallucination Cameron shows up, and Sharon's smiling at him on Monday, kind of acting nuts in front of Nick. And then Cameron tells Sharon Phyllis may have proof. They need to find out, and they need to take care of her once and for all. So on that Monday, spoilers have Sharon creeping into the GCAC. She steals a pass key from a maid's cart and lets herself into Phyllis's room. So what's interesting is Sharon kept saying to Nick that Phyllis might create evidence against me. I think Red lured her there, goaded her there, gaslit her to get her there so Sharon would create her own evidence against herself. I suspect that Phyllis has a video camera hidden to tape Sharon lurking around, searching her room to incriminate herself. Because on Tuesday, the 12th, spoilers say Phyllis sets another trap, and she has the tech skills to set up a camera and hide it and do all that. Thursday the 14th, Sharon gets a rude awakening, and I think she's going to find out that Phyllis played her. And I mean, heck, Sharon might even be in that room talking out loud to Cameron and confessing to killing Heather, and Phyllis gets it on tape. All right, our third prediction, Summer and Nick are stunned when Phyllis is attacked. So there's going to be a lot of Sharon action this week and into next, because thankfully we are finally seeing an end to this plot that has dragged on for quite a while. I know a lot of you guys are frustrated. It's been going on since like June. And we've been seeing Cameron since the beginning of August, so it's been going on a while. I suspect Phyllis is going to confront Sharon. I think she's going to come in and bust her in the hotel room while she's got the camera rolling to make sure, that she gets everything on tape. This was a lot to put in one prediction, which is why I divided it into two, because I think there's more to it. We have been told that as part of this plot, Phyllis will be in danger, and we haven't seen that yet. So remember, Karen told Sharon to take care of Phyllis once and for all, basically told her she needs to silence Red permanently. So I think there's a chance Phyllis may get more on video than just Sharon tossing her room looking for this evidence and just talking crazy. Phyllis may get Sharon attacking her on video too. At the wedding, spoiler photos confirm that Summer gets a very distressing phone call, and it could be tied to an attack on her mother. There's another photo of Nick looking very stressed out, so I wonder if they have to leave. And by the end of the week, there's another spoiler saying that Sharon is cornered, and it may not be by Phyllis, it may be by Phyllis's loved ones and Nick. All right, our fourth prediction, Billy and Lily are furious, and they may start plotting together. So on Monday the 11th, Jill and Victor get together to talk about his efforts to take over Chancellor. He does not think Kay's legacy should be in Billy Boy's hands, and Jill says, all right, I can just put Lily back in charge, but Victor lies and says Lily wants to go to work with Devon and Nate, and that's what Neil would have wanted. And of course he's lying, but if that doesn't convince Jill and she still wants to put Lily back in the CEO seat, then Victor can tell her one huge truth that would probably ensure Jill wouldn't give her the position. Victor can tell Jill that the reason Billy messed up that big deal is because Lily sabotaged Billy by giving Victor that information, and that Lily betrayed Chancellor because she hates Billy, and that was her last act before she planned to go to work with her family. Tuesday the 12th, spoilers, have Victor and Jill settling unfinished business. Thursday the 14th, Jill and Billy have a showdown at the wedding, and that may be when Jill tells her son, too bad, so sad, it's over. Friday the 15th, spoilers say Victor adds something impressive to his empire, and it sounds like it's Chancellor. I mean, he owns so much other stuff, and it's not going to be Jabot, so that would be the most impressive thing to add. Our fifth and final prediction. Kyle feels like a fool as his parents' plot is exposed. Diane and Jack are outed soon. So I've said here for a while that I felt like Diane and Jack haven't really broken up, and now some spoilers seem to confirm it. Remember, all their arguments were in public. They've been saying things to everybody about the split, but we never saw them one-on-one breaking up. That and the fact that Diane and Jack took their time. When she came back, they fell in love slowly and thoroughly. He was quite certain she had changed, and that was why I never really bought into this breakup. So the whole thing was about trying to get Kyle away from Victor, and to do that, they had to show Kyle how ruthless that Victor is. He had to experience it for himself because he just wasn't going to take their word for it. Hopefully that'll happen before they're outed, because that happens Friday the 15th. Official spoilers say Jack and Diane are busted. So she does show up at the wedding. She gets up in Kyle's face. There's some sort of confrontation. And remember, she's the one who developed that product that Kyle stole, and he's planning to have Glissade sell it. Diane told Victor if Glissade takes that to market, she will sue them because it's hers. So Diane told Victor if he fires Kyle and lets her run Glissade, then she won't sue. So we'll see if that's why she's at the wedding. But once it comes out that, Jack and Diane aren't really broken up, Kyle's going to be very angry, but hopefully by then he will see that he was wrong to place his trust in Victor and betray the Abbotts, and hopefully the family can heal after this.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.